All right, greetings ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Simply Monique Radio Show. I'm your host, Monique. And before we dive into today's show, ladies and gentlemen, let us get a few announcements out the way. So, first of all, we want to thank our newest sponsors of the Simply Monique Radio Show, starting with Let's Talk Business Consulting Group. This is an awesome company. If you're looking to shift your brand, shift your career, increase your professional and personal development, this is the company for you. Secondly, shout out to White House Wear Connection LLC. They are based in the Phoenix, Arizona area. You guys support this company. They are Black-owned business, amazing team, group of people doing wonderful things for the community, especially as it pertains to educating others on financial literacy. Get in touch with Melissa Woodfork White for all your financial literacy needs. And thirdly, we want to thank our newest sponsor, Miss Keandra Thompson. She is an author, speaker, and a special needs mother, as well as special needs educator. We want to thank everyone for taking the time out to support the Simply Monique Radio Show. Oh, let me not forget Debbie. Thank you, Debbie, based in Japan. If you need an energy drink, if you feel a little bit tired, get with Debbie. Use code Monique168 to get your discounted reduced price energetic drink. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring to the stage our guest speaker for today, this week. On the Simply Monique Radio Show, we have Delta relative, born and raised, Mr. Marquise Dunham Nelson. He is a licensed realtor, y'all. He's also a father. And guess what? He's a fitness enthusiast. So today on the show, we're going to talk about being fit to fight and what all that entails. Welcome to the show, Marquise.
Thanks, Monique. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We appreciate you for coming on the show. So our audience, I like to always poll and ask different questions of the audience, the listeners. What is it you guys want us to talk about? What do you want to know? What are you interested in? And so they requested some fitness. So I'm like, who do I know? Go through the process of listening, and voila, we connected through Let's Talk Consulting. Yep, Let's Talk Business Group, right? We connected through that. You see how important is connecting and collaborating is. So let's dive into it, Marquise. So let us know a little bit about you, and then let us know how you got into becoming a fitness enthusiast.
Okay, for sure. So, like Mo said, I am a licensed realtor here in Delaware, a father, and a fitness enthusiast. I always have been in fitness in some type of fashion. In high school, I ran track, I wrestled, I swam. Through my college career, I really was into weightlifting. And then in 2019, something unexpected happened. I became a father, and the pandemic hit all at the same time. And for the first time in my life in a long time, I got fat, right? And I didn't know how to get back. So this journey of mine, it's almost been like 3 years to retraining myself on the discipline, the nutrients that I need to be able to burn the fat, to be able to build the muscle. So it's been an ongoing journey for the last 3 years. And I would say right now, present in 2025, it's really, really starting to click, getting back to me with the working out. So I'm really excited to be able to share that with people, because it's something that I really am passionate about. And if I can help anybody on their fitness journey, please let me share this information so it can reach somebody.
Of course. And I definitely understand. One key thing that you said to us, Marquise, was discipline. And in order to lose weight of any form, be it spiritual weight or natural weight, you have to be disciplined. And most of us are familiar with that 80-20 rule. 80% of, you can exercise all you want to, but if your diet, what you're eating, what you're consuming, those things have an impact on you, like with the sugars and sweets. Some people don't have an issue with sugars and sweets and salts and things of that nature there, but it's those of us who do. If we eat something, sometimes we look at it, oh man, the pounds just slap on. But you stated that how your journey started was, it was like during COVID. You became a father, everything happened to you, and you put on this weight, but you wait, like where it's coming from, what I'm going to do. But you decided to take charge and to discipline yourself to drop that weight, because being overweight, being obese, even being too slim at times, there's hidden diseases. You know what I'm saying? There's hidden diseases. And so a lot of times I think we lack discipline because we want to eat everything. We want to be gluttonous, eating the candy, the sugars, our favorite potato chips. I know I have my favorite potato chips that I like to eat. But that discipline you said is important. In order for us to see the growth, to see the change, right? We have to discipline ourselves. And so what were some things that you did, Marquise, to help you become more disciplined? Did you stop eating a particular food? Did you create an exercise regimen, a food regimen? What did you do?
So let me start by saying, me and chips, I'm a chip fiend. Any type of potato chip, I'm on it, right? So that is still like my weakness. I was able to give up so many things, man. The alcohol with the empty calories, the sugars, the fast food, but them potato chips, man, that's the killer right there. It still is to this day. But
right. Them carbs, the chips be good. Like you have the Cheetos, the Doritos, all the fake stuff or whatnot. And you're right. You mentioned alcohol too. Those sugars in there. People don't think, oh, this alcohol, there's no sugar, there's nothing in there. Yes, it is. It's so much stuff in alcohol. You think it's 0 calories. Somebody lied to you.
But I would say the first thing, honestly, to getting back was the discipline, like you said. It was even before stepping into the gym, figuring out what to not put in my body, because I didn't know exactly what to put in my body. I didn't know what was good for me, but I did know that if I start by cutting out small things, like you just don't have to go cold turkey. And I think that's why so many people get discouraged or feel like they don't have the will to do it, because they think it's all or nothing. So small victories will help you build up that discipline. And that's what I did. So I went a couple months where I wouldn't eat sweets, right? And then once I did 30, 60, 90 days of not eating sweets, then I was like, you know what? All right, I already tackled the sweets. The next thing was meat. For a long time, I didn't eat meat. So I started with chicken. And for a long time, I didn't eat chicken. I didn't eat red meat. And then I cut out the seafood. So I gradually implemented things that would help me become more disciplined, so that ultimately those things would add up. So again, like I said, don't think you have to just become disciplined overnight. You just give up everything, because that's the quickest way to fail. Set yourself up for success. Small victories, small disciplines. Again, start with the sweets, start with the meat, start with the sodas. Every little thing counts. Don't discredit yourself. Give yourself some grace. And like I said, those small victories, they'll add up quickly.
You are so right. I'm a note taker. So you said small victories, to cut out sweets, cut out meats, cut out seafood. It's like build gradually. It's kind of like you have SMART goals, right? You want to be specific, measurable, make your goals are achievable, realistic, and timely. So you say you started out 30 days, you were like no sweets, okay? Which means that sugars, candies, juices, because believe it or not, juices, like I have a favorite juice, y'all, and I love this juice, I promise you, but I'm like, oh my gosh, but it's like, and it's not healthy for real. It's not even an off-brand juice. It's a name brand juice, but I love it. But guess what I had to do? I learned about other healthier juices that I can drink that's actually beneficial to me. Shout out to Adrienne Reese, Witness Through Wellness up in VA. Y'all shout out to her, because she gives you a whole breakdown of all the juices that you can eat and drink. Some people actually, they've done juicing to help them lose weight. And so she's like the whole like healthy juices. You can buy them with organic juices they have in the store as well. The SUJIA, something like that. I can't pronounce it correctly, but y'all know what I'm talking about. if you go to if you shop at Sprouts or one of those organic health food stores, they have those juices there. And so I think sometimes that what you mentioned too about cutting out those things, it makes a difference. Years ago, when I wanted to drop weight, I literally did what you did, Marquise. I love breads. That was my biggest thing. I love breads. I like sweets too, but I was a carb person, so I love pastas and all of that, right? So I had to cut out those same things that you mentioned too, the sweets, meat. I cut out certain meats. I had my smoothies, certain things I began to do. But I also had to exercise as well. So it's recommended that we work out at least 3 times a week, 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, as far as getting that good exercise in there. It's so many things over time that has happened. And so I'm like a person who believes in like organic weight loss. I'm not a person like, hey, you're going to fast to lose weight and stuff. People do that, but I'm not a fan of doing that. And I know there's benefits of it. However, as far as your processing, you told us the baby steps to take now. So what happens when we get to a plateau and like the weight is not falling off the way we want to? I'm like, these hips are still here. You know, the man is like, man, the back fat is still there. You know, I got the dad bod, you know. What happens when a person reaches a plateau? What can we do if when we reach a plateau, we've tried all these different things and now we just stuck? What do we do?
So it's funny that you brought up the fasting, because I do recommend fasting, right? I'm not a medical professional. Speak with your doctor before you do any type of fasting. But I have seen the benefits of doing different types of intermittent fasts that will help you to cleanse some of the things that's sitting inside of your gut. So a lot of times we don't have a weight problem, we have a waste problem. And we have a lot of things just sitting inside of us that just working out is not going to ever be able to take out of us. Right. So right. I did like a fruit fast to help kind of detox my gut and kind of like regulate my body. And I realized that I was burning off fat in my lower belly. And I tend to always hold weight there. Like my arms get smaller, my legs is getting smaller, getting toned, my arms is getting toned. I'm losing the dad boobs. But right there in the belly, that midsection, that weight is still sticking there. And I was starting to think like maybe this isn't just weight that I have on me. Like maybe that's just like old stuff that I really need to figure out how to get some out of me. So, like I said, I started doing some research, and this is the most important thing, guys. Make sure you do research. Just don't take it from me. Do your research and see how things respond to your body. But I went on a couple different fruit fasts, but the one that helped me the most was watermelon. And I recommend watermelon because, one, it helps you to cleanse out your gut. Once you start eating that watermelon, you're going to realize that you're starting to go to the bathroom a lot more. And after a while, you're going to start to see that stomach and that waistline shrinking a little bit.
Say this, I heard about the watermelon fast, and actually, Kelly, I don't know if you remember her, Kelly, Khaleesi Thomas and Kelly, but Khaleesi Thomas and Adrian Reese. Them the two people I know that do the watermelon fast, and they do them in the weight loss. When I say watermelon, let me be clear too. Seeded watermelon, not the watermelon without the seeds, right? Seeded watermelon. Okay, all this fake stuff that's going on out here, right? And so that you are absolutely right, because that is a great diuretic. You talk about pooping out, you know. Well, excuse me, y'all. If you want to flush out your system and detox, you are so accurate, because that watermelon will get you right. I think some other things I know that cherries, even though it's cherry season now, but certain fruits that we can eat, and other fruits too that you mentioned with watermelon, because the watermelon actually does have water. Fruits and watermelon doesn't have water, but it does, you know. But there's other things that we can eat, you know, such as greeneries, real authentic, real kale, real spinach, broccoli, of course. I know people say, well, this is not a real vegetable, this is not a real fruit. Whatever, okay. It's been proven to have great things in their fiber, you know, and a good source for you, enrichment and nutrients for us. So, some other questions I want to ask you. Okay, so you said watermelon. So y'all, we need to try this. We need to try this watermelon fast if you want to get rid of that fupa, ladies. You know what I'm saying? And men, if you're trying to get rid of that dad bod, this extra stomach, you might want to do this watermelon fast where you just eating watermelon for like 3 days and see if it works. You know. So you giving us a lot of strategies, Marquise, as far as people being able to clean out their body. But so what happens to, like, we talk about the plateau part, some different strategies there. But what happens when, you surpass that part there? Some people say they lose water weight first. Did you notice that you lost water weight first? Or was it like, the inches started coming off, or with little things? Because sometimes we be looking for like, man, I got on a scale and it's still reading the same, like, where is this weight going? I'm doing everything.
So at first it was legit weight. Like I could feel it coming off me. I could see it in my pants. My waist size is getting smaller. But then I did realize that my body was just holding on the weight. So right now I'm kind of in that plateau stage, right? So I'm trying to get down to 155 so that I can build back up muscle. And I'm stuck at 165. And I just can't lose this 10 pounds. And I'm telling you, like, I've been eating pretty good. I could always do a little bit better. But for some reason, like, every time I wake up, it always fluctuates between 160 and 165. Like, I'm stuck in there. So I'm starting to think that it might be that water weight. But again, I'm still trying different things. I'm still trying to get my body used to, to cutting. So, I mean, right now it's just all experiments and research right now.
I understand. Oh, so what I would say, some things to you, to ask you, regarding that place, that when you're in that place, you kind of get stagnant or whatnot. Sometimes you may have to revisit and switch up your exercise routine. And so when I say, hey, greetings, shout out to Facts Porcupine Podcast from New York City. Thank you for tuning in with us. We appreciate that. And so some things I would want to share with you, Marquise, would be, when we get to that space, because I've been there before, like the weight is not coming off, and so I'll have to switch up my exercise routine because the body becomes familiar with certain muscle groups, right? And so, like, okay, on Monday you did this exercise, on Tuesday you did that exercise, Wednesday, Thursday, so forth, like that too. But you have to switch up the routine, switch up what you're eating, and then those things I find to be beneficial, so that the other 10 pounds you want to lose, you can do that, because the body kind of needs a shock, I believe, to be able to shake off that excess weight too. And then other times too, mentally, we have to get our mindset in a certain position to exercise, right? We may not want to exercise on this day, this time here. And so people say they exercise early in the morning, which is better, versus the night. I kind of want to shift gears a little bit, Marquise, if you don't mind. I want to talk about being spiritually fit to fight too.
Yeah.
Let's kind of go into that too, because a lot of times in the way that we're living right now, some of us are not really spiritually fit to fight, and I believe that is a real issue.
I agree.
So, biblically speaking, when it comes to being put on the whole armor of God, I want to go to that scripture, right? Because that's part of us being spiritually, physically to fight as well. And so, in Ephesians chapter 6, I believe, we want to go there, and we want to put that on Ephesians chapter 6 in the King James Version. Starting with verse 10, it says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand." Right? And then further on the further verses kind of goes on to tell you to put on your helmet, the belt, to put on your helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the belt of truth, right? Having your sword, which is the word of God, right? And the breastplate of righteousness. And so you want to put on the whole armor. And so putting that whole armor, that allows us to be able to be fit to fight spiritually, and arming ourselves up and memorizing the word of God. And so I want to challenge you, as well as our listeners today, to take time out to at least memorize 1 to 3 scriptures a day. And when David said he had his word, the word of God, hidden in his heart, right? That's how he was able to fight. Think about it. We know he slew Goliath and everything like that, but being able to fight spiritually, that's on a whole different level, don't you think?
I do, and it's crazy because I actually wanted to say something as you was reading that, and one thing that I realized with myself, through working out, I've seen like the power that it has given me spiritually, right? And when I wasn't working out, I feel like the temptation of certain things were out there. Like I was mentally weak, I was spiritually weak, I was emotionally weak, and also I was going through some things for myself where I didn't feel the greatest. Like I was going through bouts of depression, right? And I realized in that strengthening myself physically, it also transferred over, like you said, it transferred over to mentally, physically, spiritually. Like it gave me those, it made me stronger in myself and in my belief.
Right, it does. I will say this. I had to tell you guys this. When I used to work out like 7 days a week, 6-7 days a week before, and I didn't realize that I actually made like going to the gym like an idol for me, right? Because I'm like, man, I'm always going to the gym, I'm always going to work out, and so. But I've also learned the benefits of exercising, right? One of the benefits of exercising spiritually, it helps you to break off depression. It helps you to, let's kind of give you that reset, that boost that you need to be set free in the same. Because you feel like the weights lifted, right? Once you start sweating, you know what I'm saying? You're sweating because you're running or you're lifting the weights and whatnot. Those things there, being in that gym, being able to exercise in that manner, you can come out of that depression. You can come out of that oppression. That's because exercise is a great booster. Recently, I learned from someone about gardening, right? And I heard about this before, but gardening actually was able to help someone to break free from their traumatic experiences, if you will. And so, just like exercise is, and like you mentioned, mentally, being able to reset, to refocus yourself. And allow yourself to, like, all right, this is what I need to do for myself. This is what I need to do for my family, for my children, for the future, in essence.
Yes.
So we're wrapping up. We're coming down to the last few minutes of the show today. Are there any last minute things that you wanted to share with our audience, Marquise, as it pertains to being fit to fight?
I would just say, have grace with just small victories. Will go a long way, and you can't outwork a bad diet. Like, it doesn't matter how bad you work out. If you go into the gym 9 times a day and you're doing cardio every single day, learning about nutrition, one, it is going to set you up for success, just health wise, but also two, it's going to save you some money too. I'm going to tell you that. If you want to become financially fit, and you start looking at them transactions on your debit card, and you see Chinese, and you see Wawa, and you see all these things, working out in the gym is going to get you finances, right? It's going to get real slim. Them charges going to get real slim.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. I appreciate that. You know what? Facts Porcupine podcast gave us a little tidbit. I forgot about the lemon water. Yes, that lemon water does wonders. It certainly does. He mentioned that too. And you're right, exercising in the gym, our finances going to definitely, we're going to see it cut down, because we're not going to Wawa, going to Walmart or Kroger or whatever, you know what I'm saying, Aldi's, whatever, grocery store. We're not going to Chick-fil-A, getting them hot fries, that chicken sandwich or Popeyes to eat those foods. We cutting down on expenses. So she recommended, I think it's a he, but nevertheless, they recommend 5 lemons and 5 limes skinned and peeled and put them in a big jar of water. And he said, fill up the water, smash them down, and drink on a daily basis and watch what happens. Okay, Mr. Swiney, or Mr. Sweeney, thank you for that information. We appreciate that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Definitely. I want to say, yes, okay, so I've done the lemon water. I have done the lemon water, so just add the lime now. Okay, so Marquise, we got another thing. We need to add the lime to the water, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we need to add the lime to the water now. So we've been doing the lemon, now we need to add the lime. Okay then. So let our audience know how they can get in touch with you regarding you. I know you're a realtor and fitness enthusiast and whatnot, but let our audience know how to get in touch with you for your real estate services as well.
So Marquise the Mogul on all platforms. Marquise the Mogul on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, Marquise the Mogul. So I try to keep it the same all across the board.
Yes. We got it for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, you guys stay up, be blessed, and peace. Thank you all for tuning in to the Simply Monique radio show. Tune in every Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. CST, right here. We are on all major platforms. So stream us, tune in daily. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, not Twitter, because we don't have Twitter, TikTok, etc. Yes. And you guys go to the Simply Monique radio show page on Facebook, Simply Monique radio show. Comment, like what you like about the show. Any recommendations you have there, let us know how we can do better, how we can better serve you. All right. Y'all stay up. Be blessed. Peace. You know what? Thank you. I'm getting closed out, but I forgot if I don't say this here. If you would like to be a guest, please be sure to email Monique@motheauthor.com, Monique@motheauthor.com, or email simply Monique Radio Show at gmail.com. All right, there we go.